Alright. For ult tracking, what you need to do Alright. Alright, so ult tracking is going to need who does the most damage. See this Zarya? A lot of poking. That Zarya is always hitting something. You see that Reinhardt brings the shield up a lot. That Mei's poking. Morty's doing her job, so she'll get at a normal weight. You see the Ryan's getting swing, so he'll get a lot of percentage off that.
Dein Schutzengel ist
And you
da.
see this Zarya's pushed up, she is poking aggressively. She is getting grabbed a lot faster than would normally. So so what you're going to do here is you expect the Reinhardt to have, the Reinhardt hasn't done much. You expect him to be on like 80. And your weakness all weaknesses fall off. Reinhardt now has Shadow. You know this is what that was a huge ton of damage. And that Zarya's still alive. The supports have all. Even before Morty popped Valk, you should have known this. Alright. So, the Mei has been freezing a lot, semi-poking, but mostly she's been freezing and roaring, doing her job, but not building ult quickly, so you don't expect her to have that. The McCree, I don't really know how much hero check he has done.
Stop the payload.
He's done some damage, and with that window, you expect both of these guys to get ult. Especially that McCree who is already close, you expect him to get ult. Right. And you get walled off, you just get grabbed. You sort of get screwed there because you don't have the They overcommit a lot, so they use both support ults, both tank ults. Alright, so look at so this is me approaching too. Look at the position. They are holding up by call. Where can we go? We can go heal. We can go up heal. We're gonna go down the choke, which is the worst idea. Alright, just remember, what ults have they used? If they haven't used them in a fight or two, they will have ult. Alright. Heal. Beat heal. I would have beat it heal. I probably would keep your Reinhardt alive. You win this anyways, but you don't chase this stagger kill, letting this Zarya get out with. See how much charges she got with. If she goes out with 90 charges, that's not something that should happen.
Moving to payload.
Right.
Join me.
Your Reinhardt's on payload. Switch your McCree to switch your McCree to payload.
Helden sterben nicht.
Mostly pops of Valk. Alright, they have jump now. You know they no longer have that ult. Nice, E. Alright, keep track of the ults they use. They use window, they use grab, they use Valk, they use shadow. Alright, so they just switched to jump, but that jump has gotten a lot of kills, so you can assume reasonably he's got it or he's close enough. That McCree has not used ult in a while. So you assume he has it. Alright, now regroup. Wait, your McCree is McCree is too far up. He should not be this far up. If they were holding up heal, I think you might have gotten punished. Right. Watch where the supports are playing call. Watch where that Kree is. Should be tracking Rex Deadly. So that should be tracking Deadly's guns. The Zarya's DPS, they especially with Kree having high noon, you need to track where he is. You can't let him just do anything for free. That Junk's an idiot, but it doesn't matter. You know they no longer have tile. Alright, so they no longer have grab. Great kill on the Zarya. You need to focus that Reinhardt. You should have turned around on the Reinhardt. Your Weeple should not be chasing this. You need to go up with your Weeple. Neki, you should have caught Amp and just pushed. Alright, so they use Noon, both DPS ults, and Grab. Alright, so what would they have? They haven't used Shadow in a while. They haven't used Window. I haven't really been noticing the Mercy too much. She's just sort of doing her job. Except in a farm Mercy, she'll charge. I mean, not super quickly, but not Grab either. Alright, that Zarya has a lot of charge. You need to be respectful of that. Okay, your weak was down. Back up the car. Walk to the shadow. Don't push up like that. Just die there. You should not have used pre-ult there. You should be charging. You should be out. You on speed getting out. Your heal does not do enough to make any heal. I was taught, Lucio, is your heal won't do a lot. It will heal poke damage, but that's it. So in a fight like a time like this where you're treating, alright, you should be on speed. Be on speed. You need to get your team around corner, and you die for it. Luckily, our Zarya doesn't die, but if she had lost all, let's see how much charge does she have. If she had lost all 100 of her charge, that would have been devastating. Oh, you see this? They're up again. This Zarya is pushing very hard aggressively, so she is going to build Grab extremely fast, faster than you would normally expect. But that's what you have to look out for. People aggressively poking, and such. And you notice, not support ults haven't been used, that BAP ult haven't been used this entire point. Neither has this Mercy ult, so you need to watch for that. Because, especially in this comp, the BAP builds ult super quickly. So like, a little less than your, Coalescence, probably 20% off, I would just guess. But the DPS, you know it's been doing most of the damage, is they won that fight with a Shadow, and push up with their tanks. The DPS got damage in, but they didn't, like, carry the fight. So, they shouldn't have ult, because they both used it on last point, heal. So they wouldn't. So you should assume they don't have ult. Assume this Grab is assume they are close to Grab. They did use it. Let's see, 2 fights ago. But she is poking very aggressively. You know they use Shadow, and this Reinhardt is very far back. I don't even know what he's doing here. So he's just super far back. So he would not have Shadow because he just used it last fight. And so you watch out for the junk. If you should not go out this hallway, you should go around to heal. That junk will spam you down, burn your shield, and burn your resources on your Moira. And second of all, you should not be peeking this at all. You're just wasting shield resources and resources in general. Your Lucio hasn't even respawned. He's still in the respawn screen, and your Kree hasn't even moved. Interesting. So you should not go past this corner. What you would do is you would sort of wait heal. What you do is you have your Lucio come out this door, and she speeds over heal, and with heal goes up to this corner. 3, 2, 1, amp onto them, and so you just rush them over. You have to go quickly because they have amazing shield breaks. They're junk and Kree. They would just burn your Iron Shield like that. And since you're running a Moira, the whole resources is limited, so it's going to be hard to keep up your Iron Heart. You have Coalescence here, but you won't have that every fight. So you just have to be quick. You have the ult heal. The plan is you should use Grav. You can't combo with the Reaper if the Reaper's in a position, but you have a lot of things to block it, especially that stun. You should be especially wary of as Reaper, and so that's what you need to do. poking like this, you don't shoot the Zarya bubble. In a fight, Zarya bubble is good. Shooting Zarya bubble is good. Alright, you see she has no bubbles. This is a win condition. Alright. Notice, your Reinhardt already had, his shield's already broken. This should not happen. He should be full shield heal. He should not just a few feet forwards have it on its cooldown. So what you need to do is, you guys shouldn't have come out this choke. You guys should have come out heal, and once you got heal, you have to amp onto them. You can't burn your Iron Shield like this. You burn. Hold on. Did you burn both bubbles? You're just using both bubbles, but their personal will be down soon. But that won't make up for Iron Shield. If that Reinhardt was small and he had built Shadow in that time, that would have been a free Shadow and a free fight win. Luckily, the Reinhardt's an idiot and has been camping payload heal. But if he was small, better teams would take advantage of that. Sup, Nikki? Yeah, I'm sort of doing a recording and just going over it generally.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what you're doing.
Yeah. And you see the support's high ground. This Mercy is not damage boosting anyone but Hobap. And damage boosting heals I don't think works. So you need to play heal. They don't have a Lucio, so they can't amp onto you. So you play heal. And if they push in, you put TP's heal, and he gets a Blossom. You need to respect this McCree. Wait, hold on. Yep, you need to respect this McCree. He has flash and he will kill you. Especially Reinhardt and Reaper is his main flash targets. Moira, you should not. Fishy, you should not be this far back. You need to be up with your Reinhardt around Nikki. Kree, this is a good off angle. Probably should have done it. You should probably be heal already, but this is a sloppy engage. Alright, and you blow 2 ults. Alright, you blow all your ults. And just for trade. Alright. That was a good stun. You should have booped that, Nikki, but he cleaned it up anyway. You win that fight, but on the cost of every ult. Your Zarya's dead, 0 charge coming back, along with your Reaper. And they have both DPS, both supports. You should lose this fight. Reaper, that was a good pick, Reaper. Nice getting out. But you see how we blew 4 ults there? Just for beat. We don't even have beat online.
60
Fishy,
seconds.
you do not poke heal. You send an ult and you fade out. Nikki, do not go in front of your Iron Shield. I do that a lot. It's about to have the line, but you don't go in front of that. Alright, you see they used a lot of ulting commitment. They used a grab, they used a tyrant, they used their window. That's great for you. So what else would they have? So they will have Shadow, of course, because that Reinhardt's been doing a lot. I hasn't been really tracking that Mercy, but that Mercy's just sort of been more damage to his targets on the way, so expect her to be slower than you would expect normally. That McCree hasn't really been on fire or anything, so assume him to track a little behind your McCree. And you should not be invested. Han just carried that fight. You should have not won that fight. With Han's 4K, you won that. Alright, nice TP up top. I would like to see you be if you TP top, you can't just immediately jump down. That's a waste of time. If you TP if you TP up here, let's see, you don't even have your Blossom, so you shouldn't be up here in the first place. What you should be is you should be by one of their spawns. Maybe heal, because they are going to go star healers. So with 3 on cult, so who should be on cult is your Lucy is your with Fishy, Han, and Rem. Lucio, you should be up here trying to boop that ball back, because he's the star character. Weeple, you should be over here on this side, just trying to camp and make distraction. You're so close that it doesn't matter if you die, unless the ball touches over here. It won't matter and you guys will cap point. Your job in this case is just to stall. It doesn't matter if you die, doesn't matter if you get a pick or not. As long as you cap the point, it was a good play. So you need to be trying to stall the enemy. You can't just camp point. Because that would lead characters like Mei, Ball, and stuff. Since you only have McCree stun, which... Does he even have it up? He does have it up, but you can't always guarantee that. Depending on how, when their deaths happen. So that ball will be zooming. Normally, most people come outside this, way, because it's just, people tends towards, this side and just zip the point, because it's a pretty straight line. Especially on characters like Ball, Doom. Here you have this little doorway, which, people don't like going out of. You just have the straight line where you can't be attacked, as in you just peek around this corner and you immediately have a point. Over here, you can be attacked, flanked here, and you just don't have as good. The only time you go here is when you have an ult like Hainu. So which is why this McCree is going out to the side. Luckily you cap this, but if say the Juan/Hamster had died early in the fight, he would be rolling out right here, and you would only have stun to deal with him. And even with 4 of you, that few seconds stun is not going to kill him. He'll live at least enough, most likely enough to get another star character on. And these supports are kinda, I mean, Mercy's okay. I would prefer Moira for star, and this BAP should be going Lucio. And so they can just trick onto this point. Your Reinhardt, your main damage circle, and your Brawl character, the leader of this comp, is all the way back here. And let's see. Hold on. There's only other all 5 of you right here. So your damage dealer, your Brawler, who just with the 80 damage hammer just swinging a bot, will just swing in a circle and kill everything. He is, let's see. He doesn't have charge up, so he's going to take several seconds to get there. So what you need to do is you're stalling to either wait for that Reinhardt to get there, or to make sure you can cap point. Remember, the sweeper should be going out, should be going this way, because he can hide. He has ways to outplay a McCree or something. If you notice, they still have one. Lucio, the ball comes out here. Once he grapples, you boop him back, and it buys you a few seconds. It won't, against a good ball, it won't totally mess him up, but it should buy you the precious few seconds you might need to cap this point. Luckily, you cap this point right here, and it ends well. But you should have not gone that far, to be honest. Wait. And so, let's see. I'm going to go over. Let's see. What am I going over for? See, hold on. I'm gonna look at the map pool real quick. So we're going to go off one of them Nepals. And we're going to be mostly focused
Traveling
on
to Nepal.
the time we have. So I'm going to skip to after first fight. Alright, so your monkey jumped in. This Rhino, I blew him off, he's dead.
Is now active.
Weak side. You're in a good thing, but your monkey jumps out, so your Sampa Nee should have called that, and you guys should have immediately disengaged. Yeah, Sean will phone you this anyway, so you can look at it afterwards. And so by saying we lose that, Kneecap calls disengage, jumps back to back here to cover and his protection, and Sombo Chancellor kicks out, and Han flies out. You should not be up here. They are running a Lucio. They should have speed on to you. You should not be you should not be alive currently. Alright, they use both bubbles. This is time to go. Go, go, go. You need to go. You're down to quick. You'll put these in. You guys. That's unlucky. And you just get destroyed.
Get into
But
position.
you need to.
It was over.
And so. I'm gonna go back. You notice that Weeple. Yeah, I need to go back more. Han dies. Samba, you should be somewhere different. You should be heal. You should be heal. Your job is to farm EMP. If you can get a hack target, that'd be good. But you're not going to get it while frontlining. That's super unlikely, and that shouldn't happen. And so, watch. Alright, so Weeple, he killed, and he's been doing a lot. Same with that Zarya. That Zarya is now for die this round yet. So that Zarya with sit for high charge is going to beat you, and will have
It was
grab.
only to be
Alright,
expected.
and you see the kill feed for that Weeple and Lucio. That Lucio will have beat. That Zarya ints, but we don't have the manpower to punish her, and so she gets out. Somebody, you need to be on a lock angle. You cannot frontline.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
I get the plan, but it would be much better if you had set heal, maybe hack the Lucio because he has beat.
Apagando las
Alright,
luces.
and yep, luckily you guys already win that fight. You're down Kneecap, you just need to push. We need to push this. We push this, we can. Yeah, we need to push this. And they both grab again because that Zarya has not died. That Zarya finally dies, which is pretty good. But so they remember what they used. So they used beat in that fight. They used Grav. Their Weeple hasn't used his ult. Neither has their Kree. So they will have their 100%. Their Moira just used all the fight ago, but with the amount she's been healing, should be pretty close. I have the helpfulness of hindsight, but at this time, I would have probably guessed her to be at 50. And that Reinhardt, he hasn't used Shadow the entire game. He has not used, he has not used Shadow the entire game. So he will have Shadow. Zarya and both support ults are both support ults once, and Zarya 2 times, have been the only ults they've ever used. They have not used any DPS or the Reinhardt. So that needs to change. But so what we need to do is Han, Echo is okay, but with your ult charge, you should switch to something fast. A soldier would be nice, and Doom. And so with Rally here, I stay with Rally, and with Rally speed boost, I push. Fishy switch to Lucio, and Nee with Primal, you go. Halfjaw, honestly, I would switch to a ball here. Even though you have Grav, it depends on how Nee doesn't have Primal yet, so with the Reaper or the Kree, he might just get busted down. And with that Shadow, you don't know if we can how fast we'll get a touch. They might shadow a Doom who comes this way and just goes and he just gets shadowed. Or they might High Noon heal and just kill whoever's coming. They might report. So there's a million things that could happen, and Zarya just doesn't have the speed to do that. So you switch to ball heal. Kneecap. I don't think Kneecap touches heal. The Moira's lagging behind. Knee, you should have moved faster. That's a good stun. That's a good engage. Yup, push up. Good cleanup. We did down our Sombra. That is a main order. That's a good win condition for a comp. So we hold heal. We don't hold in heal since we don't have a Sombra to hack. We hold sides. And if they split up, we bully them. You notice they switch to a soldier, or they won't have soldier ult. So again, McCree has not used ult this entire game. He will have ult. Nice grab. Fishy, that would have been let's see, Fishy, did you have your without plan to grab? You need to save nade. That's what you save nade, and once that wine shield drops, you anti all of them. And Knee just goes in and just does knee things and bodies them all. That's exactly what happens. We win this fight, but an anti would have cleaned this up and been a lot more secure. Cause Lucio, they may lose that fight, but just one Lucio amp, and he'll be super close to beat again. Alright. You guys don't even push this, so allow them to move. That should have been a 5-1. In a choke like this, it's good to nano the monkey. Sombra, you should be looking to hack this Reinhardt. Because if we can hack the Reinhardt, we can anti the team, send monkey in, and they can't do anything about it. And you notice how that one fight Lucio already has. You notice Lucio has beat heal. And you notice that McCree still doesn't have ult. You should be watching. With McCree not having ult, you need to watch a flank, especially at this time. With this comp, they will not get a good ult from heal. The only way they'll get a good ult is assassinating the squishies, or assassinating the squishies over here. So that's what he should be doing. They should be waiting, because they have beat to counter anything they have. And so this McCree should be sneaking up here, crouch walking. They amp in, and McCree ults. So that either leaves our monkey high and dry, leaves me to leaves our break, leaves me to come over here, or force us to rotate in, where we can speed onto them. That Zarya, has been doing a lot. She's been doing a lot of poke damage, especially when you're like this. With Nano, you won't die, but they will get ults quickly. You will not die, but that, see? Yep. Sea Soldier is just going to pump your head. He was just going to sit here, and he's going to pump your head.
Adaptive circuit engaged.
Nice anti on the line. Push in. The Echo wasn't good. Probably should have only used Nano. Good job pushing up, boys. The Echo wasn't horrible. Mine would have probably won the fight. Alright, you notice, see? See what I was talking about? He already has, ult. That soldier. Because he just pumped your head, and he got ult. He put down his heal station, and with all the poke, he soaked it all up, turned it into ult charge, pumped your head, and he has ult now. Again, look here, this McCree hasn't ulted once this entire game. This Zarya has been poking a lot. Same with the soldier. You were nano, so you were heal, killing them, and Zarya just bubbled and just poked you, and just beamed you down, and that's an easy way to farm Grav. The Reinhardt won't be on the same track as the Zarya, since he had the shield and wasn't swinging, but that Moira has been, with the amount of poke damage you just did, and the she'll be pretty close to ult. She isn't here now is the thing of hindsight, but watching this, she should have. And that beat, they haven't used that beat. They've used the beat once this entire game when it was on when it was in the 80s. Alright? So watch. So we need to plan for that. So that Lucio, if he's small, will be hiding. So what they would do is they will all group on this choke. Lucio will amp in and hide this corner. Because if you amp, he heals. He needs to walk 2 steps and beats, and your EMP is useless. And look what they have. We're clumped up here. We don't have anything to counter Grav. Nothing. So this Zarya is going to come in here. We're going to EMP. The Lucio is going to B. The Zarya is going to grab us, and we're going to lose this. It's not what happens, but it's what could happen. Or should. Alright, you have EMP. We will look for EMP. See? Lucio's hiding. You see? Lucio did what I said. Lucio hid. Now, he beats. Everybody gets that except the Reinhardt. That Reinhardt gets busted down. But, look at this. Look at this tasty grab. You literally just need to wait until Hackman expires, and as we push, they just grab and they turn the fight. Because they haven't used Kree all game. They've used Soldier once, and he's had it for like a couple fights. And they don't have Moira ult. That Reinhardt would die because he's just getting farmed, so he won't build Shadow quickly. But yeah. So watch this. And we die. Keep flanking. Nice sneak. And watch, he gets down. That McCree does not use ult once. They don't use Shadow. They didn't use Grab that. They held on to Grab way too long. You should have pushed that. Even though it's just a Zarya, that's still a high charge Zarya, and they will catch a fight. Luckily we win that. We win that, which is lucky. But if they had been more proactive, we would have lost that. They would have they had at the start of the fight. At the start of the fight, they almost had Reinhardt, they had Grav, they had Noon, they had Soldier, and they just used me and they're building Moira pretty quickly. They had 5 ults. 5. We should have lost this fight 100%. And we had EMP, which we just used, which will be countered by beat, and Knee will be close. Honestly, we should have lost this fight. Zarya, let's see, did Zarya bubble? Zarya did not have a bubble, but if they had been ult tracking and knew you had EMP, she would have held on to bubble. Once you uncloaked in the middle, she would have bubbled. She would be unhacked, and she would got that 40 charge, and she would have just grabbed us all heal, and we would have died. Again, I can't repeat this enough. They have 4 ults and will build another pretty quickly. We should not win this fight. But they do because of their indecision. I don't know what this McCree is doing because he hasn't ulted once this entire game. Or this entire round, I should say. And this Reinhardt has only built 1 shadow because he's just getting farmed. Soldier just switched, so he only got 1, but he's still holding on to it too long. This number should be way higher on this Moira. We have Winston. That they should be farming or like it's a cooldown. Lucio, that's an okay amount. So yeah, I can't really bash him for that. And we just use that.
Ready for battle.
Alright. So what do we here.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, how long do we take?
Ready for battle.
Holy cow.
Ready for battle.
What the
Hello.
Hi. How we took so bloody long. So yeah. Alright, so you see, alright, that's a nice hack on the hog. We see Immortals out. So they group in and we destroy them. Good job. Alright, you see that far? That far is in the back.
The objective is now.
Fishy's dead, so she could clutch this. She doesn't because she backs out. But if she still had a Mercy pocket, there was only 2 on point and I was too busy feeding my bunch out heal, she might have clutched that. But it would have been super unlikely. Alright, so Zay switched to a Sig. What do we do? Also, Monkey just died. Monkey just died. What do we do? They have 4 Mercy with free range. They have a 4, and everyone else is 4 health, and you don't have your Monkey. You get the fudge out. You group up right here, and I amp you out. When there is no chance we're winning that. We just lost our Monkey, our main, the leader of this comp, and we don't have anything to stop them. They have a Fall Mercy for free. Everyone here is 4 health, and the only cooldowns that are down is the Hog ult, is the Hog hook. Once lost, and at this point, we group up here and we get out. We give them the point. We will.
Go ahead. Cajun, are you here?
Yeah.
And so.
Go to Coach Gossip.
And so, once we get out, give them the point, and we can initiate audio. But see, we just here we try to fight this, and that's kind of my bad for not calling it. But see, they just war. They have all cooldowns, and we can't do anything against the Fall Mercy, and we just get rolled. Kneecap should have not pushed here. This was a lost fight. Let's see. This was a lost fight. They're all here. They all down Immortal, but you have D.Va, you, and Moira against the Hog, Sig, Reaper, Farah, Mercy, and the map. You will die within milliseconds. You should have not jumped in. You should. Ideally, if you're going to do anything, you go heal, you bubble, and as everyone else gets heal, and we go around this corner and wait. Let's see what happens here. You play bubble. You go in again. just get melted. And we just get staggered. We gave them a few percentage, but we could have gotten a lot more. We just backed out at the very beginning. So, see, we go here. So. With this comp, what do we need to do? We cannot play around this front line. The only target we have is this map. Is Far Mercy will be in the air. Is Reaper, you do not dive him under any circumstances. You cannot mess with this front line. Sig will rock you, and you'll get hooked, and you'll just die. Both are tanks. And so what we could do is we could either wait for EMP, or we could just dive this or we can just dive this map. Personally, I prefer the waiting for EMP. But you have to make sure you catch this map. If you don't catch the map with EMP, he will just throw ammo and you'll be back to square one, but without an ult. See how we play this. See, we're waiting, good. And they're pushing. Alright. We're setting up. Alright, we're setting up. This is a mistake. Diva, you should not be going up with your people here. When your monkey jumps in, you should be there to DM him. Cause if you don't, they have Hook, Rock, Reaper, Far Mercy. Your monkey will get destroyed. He has Coalescence, but with the new Reaper buff especially, he will get farmed. So you should not be with the Reaper, and you should be down here with your monkey, and when your monkey jumps in, you push with him. Reaper, it's a good idea to go here and flank, but you're late. You're going to come in at... Well, you have ult, so it's not a horrible timing, but they can, without the CMP, they will just burst down your monkey, and you'll just be left here. So you need to work on engaging with your team. If you're not in position, just say, hey, give me a second, wait 1 second, or something. Alright, nice. We didn't need to have Reaper. I know what you...
Kill the Mahal!
Alright, so you used it afterwards, and that was sort of miscommunication. But EMP Bomb is the only ults we should be using, because that's a fight winner. Isfar is doing interesting things. Alright, you were demacked, so you couldn't DM her. So that was sort of just cut out. Yeah, we are not ulted there. The plan was we should have made a plan of EMP bomb, and if you needed, you could ult. But his bomb catches 3. Both our tanks are down, but everyone else is at 4 HP. Moira's coalescing. We have Sombra, we have Reaper, and we have me. We can just cap point, and they can't do anything. Excuse me, they can't do anything about it. Hold on.
It was only to be expected.
Right. Nice hack. Good, and we just suck her off and she died. Alright. So, what else did they use? Hold on. I'm gonna wait to this. Alright. What else did they use? They used Fall, they used Mercy, and they used nothing else.
See you later.
Alright. I mean, hacking that isn't bad, but I would prefer you being someone to poke. Up here, heal on his side by this Mega. Poking for EMP after you just used it. Alright. So they just used window. And so we have to commit this. We cannot retreat through main, because they will just shred us through window. And several of them are low. So what we have to do is we have to go in. And would be a good time where we just this would been good for our Reaper ult, because we just burst down Immor and he ults and he gets a 5k. I'm busy inting. Kneecap is 1 in the air. Knee, if you're ever watching this, you cannot get healing there. We have Moira short range. Moira is sort of in the back. Fishy, you do not use Fade aggressively. Especially in a fight. You should have been up. You should have been around here. And once you hold amp, you hold this corner. And if you need, if we lose this fight, you fade out and you walk down here. If our monkey dies and they just go on us, and you fall down here, you don't have any fade to get out. I didn't have a beat there, which was late.
This will heal you.
Alright, so that was miscommunication. Since D.Va, you should not be going up alone. D.Va, you're an off tank, you should not be initiating fights. Same with me. If Kneecap, well, someone should have said, either Knee or Fishy, or someone saying, hey, heals, hey, don't go in, wait, play slow. Cause, see. We can still lose this fight. If you guys go in, and Hog gets a hook, we lose this fight. You get demeched, I die, or someone gets hooked or something, or gets rocked and gets punished, we lose this fight. Also, Fishy, you have to call out this Reaper. This Reaper has ult. And he hasn't ulted this entire round. In this entire game. Like, literally has not ulted once the entire game. And so, what you need to do is, he has ult. It's so far in, he has ult. So, this is my job where I'm inting, but but if you see Reaper, you need to call him out.
Swift.
That was a good call, I think, heal.
Justice reigns from above.
Good on Half for DMing this. Again, this is my issue of not tracking where that follower is. But when follower has ult, Half, you have to always watch for her. Because, especially with this, she is going to look, because this fight it could go either way. With 99 on all clock for our side, they're just going to invest anything they need. Because they're down, they're Reaper, so trading 1 for 1, they will lose this fight.
It's a good thing I brought an umbrella.
Helden sterben nicht.
Nice TM, good retreat.
Apagando las luces.
Ist doch nicht vorbei.
Alright. That was good. I don't have much to say about this. Yeah, just kill that. Watch for the Reaper. Nice hack. I booped him. We win the fight. And I'm pretty sure this is where it glitched out.
Ready for battle.
Where even are we? Oh yeah, this is where it glitched out, so there's nothing to really say about this.
Ready for battle.
Very good job. How long do we take, holy cow?
Ready for battle.
Yikes.
Two,
Alright.
1. Round 3. Capture the.
And it just ends there.
Ready for battle.
And apparently it just ends. So, yep, that's, any questions? Nope, alright.